Ah man, what up though? So this whole Honeykomb Brazy situation, him going off, him having a problem with his record label, all of these things, it got me to thinking. But before we get to thinking, let's dig in to what exactly going on here.
I just told the big homie at J Prince Respect for like 4 hours straight on FaceTime. He really solid as F and always wanted what's best for me, and he was always there for me my whole bit. I really love the OG, and he stood on business and standing on business. Righteous, heartfelt type ish. You know we rocking like cut off stockings. 100% emoji. I just be in brazy mode sometimes, but I apologize to you for real, and we ain't gonna never do that no more, cause that was really some B-word S on my end, and I admit that now at J Prince Jr. Need to catch that flight so we could talk face to face. Now,
Now we gonna stop it right there. If you don't know, this is a rapper signed to Rap A Lot Records. Rap A Lot Records been around a long time. Recently, Rap A Lot Records signed another rapper that he was cool with, and he feels like people was kind of fake to him while he was doing his bid, as well as how he was welcome home. Now, he went on the internet and said a lot of shit. Too much stuff for me to put in this video. You know what I'm saying? But watching all of this happen, it had me thinking about another Rap A Lot artist who had some contract discrepancies or some problems with the label. And that's why I had to just stop. Now, I know y'all know T.I. is the king of the South. But before T.I.
Like, where do you feel like it kind of got off track at Rap A Lot? Man, it was monies. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And I'm like, oh man, I wasn't impressed with the CEO just putting up looking fresh. I want to look fresh too. A record company had to move.
So look, a lot of y'all may not know who that is, but that's Big Mike. Hands down one of the best rappers to ever come out the South. You know what I'm saying? Him and Bun B, well, Bun B was coming up. Yeah, I guess he was on more national. Back then, I gotta keep it a bean pie with you. Back then, Bun B was spitting. But Big Mike was that guy. You know, him and Scarface had some discrepancies because Scarface was the king of rap a lot as far as rappers go. And it didn't quite go so well between him and Big Mike. As being the third member of the Ghetto Boys to replace Willie D. It didn't quite go so well for Big Mike over there on Rap A Lot. But he had 2 gold albums. And we're going to say allegedly, but back then Rap A Lot had a system where they only printed up so many albums. You know what I'm saying? So how many albums you could sell was controlled by the fact that they was only printing up so many. Now, this was a good business move because most artists that they had was only going to sell so many. So you kept yourself in a profit margin. But then you had some artists who would sell more. And I have no doubt in my mind Big Mike would have went platinum if they printed up 1 million albums. That's just my own opinion. Because Big Mike was big in Cali. He was big all through the Midwest. And Scarface was Scarface, but he wasn't the Scarface that we know now. You know what I'm saying? Big Mike was just shit. Even Snoop Dogg. Everybody fuck with Big Mike. I don't know what to say, but let's get back to it.
Faulty. They came at me faulty. When they came at me faulty, I ain't go to the authorities. But when I came back at them, how they came back at me, people go to the authorities. I wind up in the penitentiary. I'm like, all right, cool.
You talk about the mouse or the rat or whatever.
we think it says on the
Shit.
Okay, so let me catch you up on here. And this is another reason why I feel it was good that Honeykomb Brazy went on ahead and tried to apologize or smooth it out, because we'll get to that at the end of the video. But as you heard, they came at Big Mike faulty and aggressive, so he decided to come back at them the same way. What he mean by they came at him faulty is after he refused to sign a contract without being paid for what he already done, they came and shot his house up with him and his woman in there. He just missed getting shot up himself, like personally hit. And he ain't call the police or none of that. He went to where they was at. I would imagine he was trying to pull an old burn and shoot, which I've tried to do before. Set myself on fire. Horrible story, but I'm still alive today, so we gonna leave that at that. But I'm imagining he probably tried to pull a burn and shoot, but what ended up happening is he burned down the studio and the offices. Now, I remember this because Big Mike had replaced Willie D. This is when I'm first getting into rap or being able to buy my own CDs, you know what I'm saying? And Big Mike missing from the Ghetto Boys was kind of like, well, what happened to Big Mike? You know what I'm saying? And then he had the 2 albums. He had Something Serious and Still Serious. Or was it Something Serious and then Hard to Kill? Whatever it was. He just disappeared. He was at that point, he was one of the most anticipated rappers on the market. But he just disappeared. And I can remember my Uncle Squeak telling me like, oh, you know, he went crazy. He did this, he did that. He got a drug. You know, just these was the rumors. These was the rumors. But come to find out, wasn't none of that shit true. But let's get back into the story.
Factual dispute. Well, my contract was about to be up. I had like hard to hit to deliver. I was finna be done. And I had some monies that they owed me. But they wouldn't release my monies. Right? And there was no reason for them to hold my monies. The reason for holding my money is because they wanted me to sign a new contract. When you sign this new contract, we'll release these monies that we owe you. I'm like, nah. You're gonna release my money that you owe me, and then maybe we can sit down and talk about, you know what I mean, doing another deal or something like that, right? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna let God handle.
Man, and I don't know what to say about that. That album. Look here. Let me just be quite frankly with you. When you sign a contract or you enter into business with people, you're gonna have to see it through. You know what I'm saying? Or it's gonna be a bad situation anyway if you involved with people you shouldn't be involved with. But if you getting involved with somebody for them to get you to the next step, and y'all getting to the next step, but it's things you just don't like, you're gonna have to go ahead and swallow that. And what guys gotta stop doing is expressing how they feel about what they don't like to the public, because then that creates a whole other situation that's just flat out not worth it. You know what I'm saying? To me, Big Mike went about that whole situation super gangster, super G, and you see what happened to him. See, some of these people you can't get into it with. And I learned this from fucking with my father, you know what I'm saying? Who, I'm not one of them kids that diss his parents or diss people no matter what they done been through. But just to give you a little short version of a long story, my father killed my brother. But before he killed my brother, he had sued me and all type of other little fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? He was a real treacherous person. And what I realized when dealing with him is it ain't no one way. This nigga snitch on you. He'll call the cops on you. He'll try and kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, or he'll get on some gangster shit with you. It's just, however I can get you or however I can get at you, I'm going to get at you. Some people have absolutely no moral compass. Now, I'm not necessarily saying this about Rap-A-Lot Records, but then at the same time, what do the facts say about the situation? You know what I'm saying? What do the facts say about the situation? They ain't no different than saying some of the stuff this young man does when he feel away causes collateral damage for people around him. You know what I'm saying? That could be my opinion, or that could be an honest view of the facts, depending on your perception. I say all that to say this, fellas, man. Don't allow how you feel right now or for the moment to get you caught up in no bullshit. And if how you feel right now has validity and is valid and it's purpose in it, then don't expose your hand. You know what you got to do to free yourself. Start working your jerk and hit them where it hurt. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I don't think he should apologize, but I also don't think he should have said a lot of that shit he said. I think he should have just kept it moving. And fellas, you in these record deals, remember this. They can always stop you from putting out music. And they getting a piece of you. You know, taking that money up front to have to hear what somebody else wants you to do that don't benefit you, that shit ain't always a good deal. And we out this bitch.